Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Cassius with the astrology readings, and right now we have one of the most positive aspects we've had in a long, long time. The last time Mars sextile Jupiter happened was in June of last year, 2015, and at that time we very much needed it because we were coming out of the Mercury retrograde that happened to square Neptune. You remember in June of last year, we had a Mercury retrograde, and I remember that one of the things that rejuvenated us out of it was Mars and Gemini sextile Jupiter, and the Sun sextile Jupiter with Mars after they conjoined. Um, I think that was the last Sun conjunct Mars too. So anyway, right now we've it's crazy. We're in the aftermath of major crazy. Um, in astrology, we get a year that's 1 year on, 1 year of mostly advancement and mostly good feelings, reward cycle, and then we get a few years where it's maybe not as rewarding or more neutral or more hard, and then there are some years where we get an ultra positive year. I think 2013 and 14 were ultra expansive, ultra on years. Jupiter in Gemini sextiled Uranus in 2013, and in a very fateful way introduced us to this era of expansion in social media. I think things really started to change in 2013, and that was Jupiter in the thinker sign of Gemini. Gemini and Aquarius are thinker energies, the energies of thinking. It's a Mercury and Uranus, the mechanical mind, and the ideas that flow through the mind. It's deeper than that, but and then for a period of time in 2014, we had some dissolving and some hardship when Jupiter in Cancer opposed Pluto in Capricorn and squared Uranus. That was the harder period of time in 2014. And then I saw a marked change when Jupiter left Cancer and entered Leo in August 2014. And that was also when that Michael Brown stuff and Eric Garner stuff got so much media attention. The thing is, I know about police brutality pretty well. I've been covering writing about it since 2013. And the thing that struck me about August 2014 was the fact that I don't know why those specific incidents blew up so hard in the media. Because we'd been covering that exact type of incident, innocent people being hurt by the police. We've been covering that at sites like the Anti-Media and the Free Thought Project since 2012, 2013. Every day a new incident just like that. But for some reason, in August 2014, a nerve was struck, and that was when Jupiter entered Leo. Jupiter in the air and fire signs, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra at the end of this year, those are major on cycles. Jupiter in Virgo is extremely not active. Jupiter's position in the sky determines what we're collectively expanded by. It's a huge factor in the feeling of an entire year. So Jupiter in Virgo is one of the coldest, least active positions for Jupiter to possibly be in. So Jupiter right now is making us be expanded by being super logical, super, the demeanor of an academic person or a medical professional or something like that. This not incisive, but sharp kind of very librarian-like energy. That's Jupiter in Virgo, and that's not where Jupiter likes to be. Jupiter's not like that. So it's much more complicated than that, but basically, we're getting an activation of Jupiter right now. That Mars sextile Jupiter and the North Node conjunct Jupiter. When the North Node hit Jupiter in Virgo, the North Node is conjunct Jupiter in Virgo, and the South Node is moving to conjoin Chiron, as Jupiter is retrograding. So, I kind of figured out some things about the nodes feeling this happen. You see, Jupiter right now is on my ascendant in Virgo exactly. And I've been trying to understand what that means. I couldn't really feel it very much. And I think that what I was feeling was actually Jupiter opposite my Saturn. And I think I felt Jupiter kind of beaming this logical, super logical energy to my Saturn in Pisces. Because when Jupiter struck my ascendant and started opposing my Saturn, I started feeling all this real, ultra-logical, critical energy that's like Virgo. And Jupiter has remained in the same position as it starts to retrograde, but when the North Node struck Jupiter, it just got cleared up. It stopped being so critical. This feeling of logic, this urge to be more logical that I've been feeling, it appeared to be kind of relieved and turned. It feels like the moon. You know, the North and South nodes are the places where the moon touches the belt of all planets every month. So the North and South nodes are some sacred, not easily understandable points. They've been sacred since ancient astrology. People have been talking about the North and South nodes since then. So the best way that I can describe the North and South nodes is it's this critical spiritual skeleton. Within every person, there are North and South nodes, and at any given time, the North and South nodes in the sky are this skeleton on the ecliptic where the moon touches us every month, where our subconscious taps into something every month. It's some kind of point of clarity. I don't believe the South node is negative like people think. I think the North and South node are very similar to each other, and I can't easily identify the difference between the two. Well, I think the North Node is different in the chart though, but so with the North Node conjunct Jupiter, I think that's making Jupiter a much more radiant, positive energy than it was in its not so active sign of Virgo before this point. And right now, what I've been trying to tell you throughout this long rant is that Mars is sextile Jupiter in the North Node and trine the South Node. So that's the most positive thing in the sky right now. It's even more positive than Mars sextile Jupiter ordinarily, and it's even longer than a normal Mars sextile Jupiter because Mars is slowly moving slower and slower through Scorpio until it's going to reach about 7 degrees Sagittarius, and then Mars is going to do its once every 2-year slow retrograde through the early degrees of Sagittarius back into Scorpio. So Mars is moving slow, giving us an extended, ultra-positive dose of warmth. First of all, Mars sextile the nodes is a really positive aspect. We felt that I believe in July or August of last year. And I recall that being positive too. I can't remember much about it, but Mars sextile the nodes is particularly important for those that are lunarly minded, that are intuitive, emotional, feminine, and those people will feel a considerable warmth being added to their subconscious. When nodal aspects happen, it can either fragment your subconscious or clear it. This is a warming thing for the subconscious, for the emotional mind, for all that type of stuff. Mars in a sextile to the nodes in Jupiter. It's pure warmth. Mars sextile Jupiter is one of the single warmest, most positive, and alleviating aspects in astrology. Mars sextile Jupiter will warm everything up and alleviate everything. It's a great blessing. So it's clear when you see Mars slowly sextile Jupiter in the North Node after Mercury retrograde, when Mercury and Venus are entering the thinker sign of Aquarius, and Ceres is approaching a conjunction to Neptune, which is interesting to me. I don't really know what that means. Well, it's clear that we're in a moment of rejuvenation. We're in a moment of rejuvenation, and we really need it right now, you know? But what we have to do is tap into this rejuvenation, or what is it going to do? We could let this pass by without even taking a moment to appreciate it, you know? We have to sit and feel it, because the difference between hard aspects and soft aspects, the hard aspects are the negative ones. The hard aspects will find you and strike you even if you're not looking for them, and teach you lessons that you need to learn. The soft aspects, the positive ones, the sextiles, the trines, they are not as noticeable. You have to tap into them and unlock the positivity of a positive aspect, or you could easily not feel it. You have to really um, be positive and tap into it and let it touch you. Otherwise, if you let your attitude remain stifled, if you let your your energy basically stay down and frowning and all that type of stuff, you're going to stay down even if the positive aspects come and hit you. No one's going to save you. You have to tap into the positive things. So there's something positive for you to tap into now. Tap into it. I'm sorry this was so disorganized and ranty. I'm pretty tired right now. Been working a lot, and I love my work, and I love you, and much love, and I have an idea. Do some exercise today. Do some push-ups, run in place, get your heart racing, take some drumsticks, go like this. March in place while you do that. Get blood flowing. And just that's how you feel happy. You have to, as much as well, we have to, in a way, create our own reality. But we have to deal with the factors of reality as it exists, and we have to do the best we can. We have to unlock positivity. Well,